Co-call. This is co-call.
Well, welcome. This is Co-called. How are you?
Hi. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Is it Thanksgiving already?
It is Thanksgiving. I cannot believe it is already Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh. Like 2021 has gone by like this.
Right. I'm still stuck in like
COVID.
Yeah. Like I'm like, is it 2020, 2021?
COVID, leave us, please. 2020 came and gone.
Yes.
Thank God 2021 is here.
Pretty much gone.
Pretty much
Clearly.
gone. So happy Thanksgiving to all our viewers, all our listeners out there. If you're listening right now in your car and you're driving because you're going to your mom's or traveling on the road, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Please stay safe and drive safely.
Yes.
Okay. So, again, we are here first and foremost, humbled that you are still watching and listening to Co-called.
Yes.
So we want to thank each and every one of you. Anyone who's subscribed, anyone who's liked, anyone who's shared, all of you, honestly, from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It means
thank you so much. Yes.
Do you want to tell them anything?
It does. I mean, thank you. Yeah. Gratitude. And that's what I told Carlos. I think it would be so fun on Thanksgiving, since this show's airing on Thanksgiving, to do an episode on, gratitude. Yeah. But also sharing a little bit of like our first experiences, Thanksgiving, newlyweds, even right before being newlywed. We actually got engaged the week after Thanksgiving. I think we should just jump right into it, right?
Okay, let's do it. So we'd been dating for months, probably 10 months at this point.
Yeah. 11 months.
11 months. So I knew, we were official in January of 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew by August of 2011 that she was going to be my wife.
Yeah.
So August 2011, and actually I had gone down to meet the family in the Dominican Republic.
Right.
So that sealed the deal. I fell in love with all of your family, and I was like, this is who I want to be with.
Yeah.
As soon as I got back, like that was the make it or break it point.
Right.
I call my wife's sister, Masi, and I'm like, hey, and it was one of your friends too. I texted each one of them and I said, hey, I need to know what kind of ring she wants because I'm going to propose. They were, of course, freaking out. And I said, but please don't say anything because I'm going to do this good. Yeah. I'm only going to do this once, so I'm going to do it good. They found out what kind of ring she liked. Talking about cuts. So gentlemen who are single, it matters what kind of ring she wants. Okay. So they found out what kind of diamond she wanted.
But you could have given me anything and I would have been.
Of course, but you're still a woman. So 5 years later, it would have been like, well, I would have liked this other ring. So now she actually says, I love my ring every time she looks at it.
Yes, this is true. He did.
So find out what kind of ring she wants, all that. I have the ring. I got it custom made. Have the ring. We go to now because I went to meet her family in August. She goes to meet my family in November, which is Thanksgiving weekend. Thanksgiving has been huge for me and my family.
Yes.
Forever. So it's been a big part of us.
And you have to understand too. So my parents are like uber conservative, like ultra old fashioned. Carlos had a call to ask permission to date me. Like it was a big deal.
And not just dad. I had to ask dad and mom. And I kind of went the extra mile. I asked brothers and sisters and grandparents and aunts and uncles.
Oh, you did not ask everyone. But my brothers, yes, you did ask, which is very sweet. But so Carlos invites me to go to Thanksgiving to meet his family. So of course, my parents are like, yeah, you're not flying with your boyfriend by yourself to Phoenix, Arizona. We have to come too.
And you had warned me. You were like,
yeah, I warned them like
probably is not going to fly.
Let me do that. Yeah.
I thought it was a big stretch, but I was like, hey, let's just try. Right. And they not only gave her permission, but they actually tagged along, which I loved, honestly, because it was just great. And I said, let me take this opportunity to ask for her hand in marriage since all parents are going to be in one place at one time.
Right.
And they said yes. Mom actually said, your mom said no.
Well, no.
She
Hold
said,
on.
I think you guys are too young and you need to live a little. But her dad was like, boom, take it.
But wait, because you're like,
I'm giving the
jumping
rush
straight
version
into it.
here.
But okay, so we have to go back. So Carlos starts prepping me that we're going on this Thanksgiving trip and that, there's some big conversations that are going to happen. And I quote, there are some big conversations that are going to happen on this trip. And,
Yeah.
I just want to know how you're feeling. And of course, listen, I can put 2 and 2 together pretty easily. I don't think he had figured that out back then. But I'm like, this guy's going to propose. He's going to propose. So, of course, what do? Get my nails done. All of my outfits are on point because I'm like, this could happen at any time, in any moment. And I am prepared. So while we are there, I'm like, I'm not really seeing it happen.
Just side question.
Yeah.
Did your sister or your friend that I asked to get your ring, did they give you a hint?
Yes.
Did they tell you?
My sister did not. My sister's a locked fort. But our friend, who I will not name,
told you.
Well, no, she didn't tell me, but she hinted very strongly.
No, she said, girl, you're going to get proposed. Oh my gosh.
So.
Okay, back to the story.
Anyways, but she didn't give me details about when or how or anything, but I knew it was coming.
Friend, I'm coming for you. I did not know this detail.
Sorry. Anyways, we were very excited. But anyway, so we get to Phoenix. Nothing's really happening. We're having a great time. And Carlos, of course, has all these things planned. He wants to show me in Phoenix and around his hometown and all of that. And so one of the things that we were doing is we were going to Sedona. And he's talking this place. he's talking Sedona up, which is absolutely breathtaking. If you can go to Sedona at any point, please go to Sedona, Arizona. It is absolutely beautiful. And so I'm thinking, oh, this is the place. If you're going to do it anywhere, like it's so romantic, the sunsets, all the big rocks, like it's perfect. So what do? I wake up that morning and I'm like glammed out. Okay, I've got this beautiful outfit on. I've got these boots with heels on them, this whole thing. Now, if you've been to Sedona, at this point, you're probably like laughing your head off because you don't wear boots with heels to go hike on the rocks of Sedona. So, they're all like wearing sneakers and jeans and all this. So I'm like, my coat, it was cold. I remember that.
You look beautiful.
And literally every stop we made there, I'm like, this is it. This could be it. Maybe this is it. This is so romantic. This place would be perfect. I'm like the whole time. Well, yes, you can guess. The end of that story was that the whole day passed and nothing. Nothing. Not a peep, not a hint, not a word, nothing. Then we get to this beautiful place to watch the sunset and I'm like, well, this would be it. And at this point, I'm kind of like, okay, well, you've kind of had a lot of missed opportunities here. And nothing. And we drive home. And the drive home back to Phoenix was like, how long? 2 hours?
2 hour, hour and a half or so.
Yeah, like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Sedona to Phoenix. I'm like, mum's the word. Playing music. I'm done at this point. And it was so funny because I don't know if you had this conversation with your mom or something, or you told your mom to say this, but the next morning I wake up and his mom comes up to me and she's like, hey, I just wanted to talk to you. I don't know if you thought, I just got the impression that you thought Carlos was going to be proposing. He really loves you. He's just not ready for that yet. And this whole thing. And I'm just like, one, mortified because my future mother-in-law is like telling me his son is not proposing, basically. And two, I was bummed because I'm like, well, what big conversations were we having? Like, what is this? What's happening? So then I honestly, like, I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's okay. I'm not going to let this ruin our trip, ruin our time. It's fine. We come back home. And so I was actually going to be spending Christmas in the Dominican Republic that year. And he's like, why don't we do this? Why don't we plan I was going to be leaving that like following couple of weeks later. He's like, why don't we plan a couple of dates, like special dates, surprise each other just to do something fun before we spend these next 2-3 weeks apart. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds fun, whatever. And he's like, I'll go first. And I'm like, okay. So he plans a movie on the rooftop movie. Where he used to live in Soto, so they had this building and they had a rooftop anyways. And I'm like, yeah, that's so Carlos. Like, and here's where he is such a romantic that I wasn't thinking that this was like anything out of the ordinary. So of course, what do I wear? Not the cute outfit. Thankfully, my nails were done, but not the cute outfit. And it was freezing cold that night. It was so cold. So I'll let you take the rest of this part away.
So important conversations were had during that Thanksgiving weekend, just not with her.
And I didn't know.
I actually asked for her hand in marriage with her parents. My parents were there. So we did a whole conversation. That's where I said, her mom actually said, no, I think you guys are too young, but you know what you're doing. And her dad was like, take her off my hands.
Oh, he did not say that. Oh, so his sisters took me out to the movies.
So it was a plan.
Yeah, they had it all planned out.
I told my sisters, hey, can you take her out? So they take her out to a movie for that evening.
It was like a girls, like getting to know his sisters.
This was the night before we go to Sedona. So the conversations were had, just not with her. Days later, we're at the rooftop of the apartment complex I used to live, watching Pride and the Prejudice, which I thought was your favorite movie, but I guess it wasn't.
It's one of my favorites, but it's not the favorite, but yes.
So I'm a video editor too. That's like one of my many, many traits. So I ripped the movie off the DVD, which don't come after me, whatever, Paramount.
We didn't watch it.
I ripped off 10 minutes, but then I had recorded the asking of her hand in marriage. Like I hit a camera and I recorded the whole thing so she could witness and see everything. So that's in the video. She was watching me asking for her hand in marriage in Phoenix. Then I asked for her hand in marriage in person right there.
Yeah. It was so sweet.
And then we had a cocktail night with all of her friends.
Yeah, so then he had, so obviously my parents were still in town because they came back, they flew back to Orlando before flying back home. Yeah. And he had my parents and then all of our closest friends at the courtyard of where they lived, the apartments, and our friend Taylor helped, and it was so perfect. And they put together this little like engagement reception surprise, and it was the best. So that was really our first Thanksgiving together. And then after that, it's been really sweet. So
another story I have for my Thanksgiving together is the first Thanksgiving after that, we went to a cousin of yours' house for Thanksgiving. Rodolfo and Indira, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
They hosted Thanksgiving, but it was, I mean, talk about a party. When these people know how to throw a party, they know how to throw a party.
Yeah.
So we are at Rodolfo and Indira's house, and I'm like, okay, well, what's for dinner?
Right.
I'm used to Thanksgiving. You know, you have your turkey, your mashed potatoes, your salad, your rolls, your gravy, your stuffing. Very American type Thanksgiving. What I get there, or I guess we're all about to like eat after hours because they do like a hors d'oeuvres, heavy hors d'oeuvres hour where it's like a bunch, like it's almost like a meal and then there's the meal. But I see at the table, it's like there's pork and like these like rainbow type salads and rice, and like there was no mashed potatoes. There was no stuffing. The turkey was there, but it looked different. Like it was carved different. So I was like, okay, I guess this is Thanksgiving. Did not know that Dominicans don't really celebrate Thanksgiving.
No, Thanksgiving is American there. Thanksgiving is a American holiday.
And I am an American, born and raised in America, FYI.
So no, we don't really.
So I'm there and I'm like, oh gosh, this is terrible. But was the best party? Yes. We had such a good time, but there was no Thanksgiving meal.
So after that, I remember you were like, okay,
and
no
I said,
more. Because
listen,
Thanksgiving has to be
Thanksgiving
meal.
Yes.
So
that was probably the last time I had rainbow rice. What do you call that rice? It has like, it's white with almonds and oranges and
it's just a Christmas rice.
Christmas rice. It tastes, everything was good, but it wasn't Thanksgiving. So anyway, that's a funny story.
You know what? Don't be surprised. If you don't get invited to their house anymore.
Oh no, I love going to their house. I mean, they throw the best parties. Honestly, they have like the best like vibes. So Rodolfo, please invite me to your next party. And then I have another story. A couple years go by. Many years go by. We actually have our kids and everything.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, my mom is the best. I mean, the best Thanksgiving chef or cook or whatever.
Yes. Get that on the record.
She has honed in on that skill where her turkeys are, I mean, she's sold turkeys before. Like people request her turkeys.
Yeah. She like spends days like
pre-prep and goes out shopping for the biggest turkey, and it's got to be like this and that. Yeah, anyway.
There's a system.
The big system. And so it was kind of her thing. So it was, she would make the turkey and whatever. And this year, my wife says, I'd like to host Thanksgiving. And I'm very proud of her. I'm like, yes, baby, you could do this.
No pressure.
No pressure whatsoever.
On Mr. Thanksgiving here.
Sorry.
Mr. Thanksgiving here, I mean, has high standards. Christmas rice was not going to cut it.
So, guess what, guys? She absolutely nails Thanksgiving dinner.
Nails it.
To the point where my mom was a bit uncomfortable.
I think she was like, there was like a double, like she was so proud. Like I've taught her well. Because I asked her like, what do you do? She gave me all her tips and secrets and recipes. And that was so grateful. And I added my little twist to it. But then there was a side that was like, wait a second. This is the student must not surpass the teacher.
The glory was obviously taken that year. But I was very proud of my wife, but I was we were all cracking up because my mom was a bit like her trophy was, her throne was
being shaken.
So guess what? This year she's like, guys, I want to host Thanksgiving. I'm making the turkey. So she's kind of stealing that throne back from Carolina. But baby, I was proud of you.
Thank you, baby.
It was so good. No lie.
Thank you. Which, listen, I'm happy to give it back. That is her place.
That is a task too.
It is a task.
So anyway, those are some funny stories of ours from our Thanksgivings. And there's many others that are pretty funny, but we'll leave it at that. But if you want to share your stories with us, maybe some cool, funny things that happened, please share with us. We'd love to expose all of you and share them with the world and have everyone have a good laugh at you.
Yeah. But, I do want to say I'm so grateful. And I know it gets cliche. It gets cliche of like being thankful because it's Thanksgiving. But I know for us, just being in a spirit of gratitude this year has been so key. And just really as a world, like being able to take back the opportunity to just say, hey, what are we grateful for? Where can we find then? It makes such a difference when you approach your day, when you approach your life with just a sense of gratitude. And I can sit here in our marriage and look at everything that's wrong, and just create this atmosphere of complaining.
Mhm.
And the truth is there's going to be an opportunity to find something every single day. But, the more we fill ourselves with gratitude and being thankful and saying kind things, the less room there is in our hearts and in our mouths and in our minds to complain and to say things that are ugly. And so, I would love to challenge everyone listening to find something you're grateful for when you wake up in the morning, not just being alive, that should be a given, but just find some things to be intentionally grateful for and really voicing that gratitude throughout your day. And I promise it's going to make such a difference, even in your marriage, being able to break up. I know I've been challenging myself to do this, of just stopping, Carlos, and saying, hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. Like, just showing that, I appreciate everything you do for our family. I appreciate you saying these nice things. I appreciate you supporting me. And so, that's our challenge really for this episode. But I wanted to do something fun. So a friend of mine, Jen, posted this on her Instagram. And it's gratitude prompts. And I thought it would be fun to kind of go put each other in the hot seat.
Yeah, why not?
And
I'm used to being on the hot seat.
so Carlos hasn't read these, so I thought it would be fun to kind of put each other in the hot seat here.
Okay.
But okay, I'll go first. Ready?
Go. Yeah.
A strength of mine for which I am grateful for is
my cleanliness.
yes, I'm grateful for that too.
Yes,
I'm
grateful
super duper grateful for that.
Because I literally clean all the time, even if it's not my mess. Okay, so
Yes.
my turn to you.
Which we're so grateful for.
Something money can't buy that I am grateful for is?
I'm going to say faith,
Wow, that's a good one.
because you can buy technically some other things like peace and some other things, right? If you have peace of mind because you have your needs met, but faith requires you to depend on God. But then yet that's the only place where you see the miracles and the things that just blow your mind happen. So faith.
Okay.
I didn't mean to go so deep, but
Hey, you like deep, so.
let's be honest.
You go.
Okay, here's mine. Something that comforts me that I am grateful for is
Something that comforts me that I am grateful for.
They don't have to be deep.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee or a cigar.
Oh, there you go. That's
Or the
definitely you.
combination of both.
That's definitely you. All right.
Okay, my turn.
Oh, yeah.
Something that's funny for which I am grateful for is?
The kids. The kids are hilarious. Just all the little things that they say and do. And the kids.
And let's not forget their pains too. But they are funny.
They're so funny.
Go. Your
Okay.
turn.
My turn. Something in nature that I'm grateful for is...
Oh, the mountains.
This is a good one for
I
you.
love the mountains.
You definitely
I'm from
love
Arizona,
mountains.
so we have mountains everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm now in Florida and we have no mountains anywhere.
Yeah. Well, Claremont has hills,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
That's not a mountain. Okay,
Okay.
my turn. A memory I'm grateful for is?
Our wedding day.
Oh, that was a fun wedding.
That was so fun.
All right, you're up.
Okay. Something that changes that I'm grateful for is?
Something that changes that I am grateful for. The weather.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I wanted to go deep, and then I was like, who am I kidding? The weather. Even though here in Florida we have summer and 1 week of winter, but
That 1 week.
that 1 week, oh,
Which
gosh,
is
it's
kind of
heaven.
now, actually.
So it's
kinda
brutal
nice.
for the north, but it's
Yeah.
awesome for us. So thank you for your sacrifice, Northerners. Okay, my turn.
Oh, yes.
A challenge I'm grateful for is, and you can't say me.
How did you know? Okay, I would have to go with a challenge, running.
Running.
I'm grateful for the challenge of running. Running has stretched me in ways I can't even explain. So, yeah, and it's fun. It's therapy. Should
Okay.
try it out.
Running.
Yes.
I do.
Not
Go.
you, the listener. Okay. Something interesting that I'm grateful for is
Whoa. Something interesting that I'm grateful for. I think,
could it be?
honestly, co-called, doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something interesting
interesting.
I'm grateful for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
good
winning.
one. That's not a competition. Oh, it's your turn.
Okay. Something beautiful I am grateful for is
I just love all things beautiful.
you're so corny.
I am. But I do like good design. Like just things beautifully made.
Yeah.
Like created.
Curated.
Yes. Curated or like not even curated, like beautiful spaces. Like, yes.
Okay.
Design. Beautiful design is something I'm grateful for.
So those are 10 questions that we just, she came up with.
10 prompts. I
10
didn't come up with
prompts.
them. They're floating around Instagram. Somebody, I'm sure, came across it.
So if you are, if you're just listening to our podcast in your vehicle and you want access to them, go to @CoCallPodcasts.
Yes.
And you can see them there on our story or our post.
Yeah, I'll post them.
But yeah, it's a cool little exercise you should do with your spouse while you're cooking your beautiful Thanksgiving meal.
Yes.
So from our little family to yours, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Enjoy today. Sit down. Thank your family. Thank your people around you. Thank God for everything that he's done for you this past few years, this year. It hasn't been an easy one for a lot of people. And there's a lot of people who actually are not having a nice Thanksgiving today.
Yeah.
So say a little prayer, as we will, for all of those that don't or aren't as, blessed as we and you are.
Yes.
But anyway, thank you for listening to another episode of Co-Called. I'm Carlos.
Carolina. Until next time. Thank you.
Happy New Year. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for listening to Co-Called, a podcast for the modern marriage. Find us on Instagram @CoCalledPodcast and share it if you like it.